Yeah, you can't fake that. You can't make a cartoon in 3D.
Yeah,
No, that'd be weird. That'd be unholy.
Just watch me.
I don't wanna.
Not that low.
Okay, then don't.
Am I live?
That's kind of dirty.
Did I go live?
I'm not seeing anything yet.
I mean, like, out of Jimmy's head is real, right?
There we go.
Give me a second.
Yeah, out of Jimmy's head was real because that was a kid with a cartoon brain.
That was like a documentary, though, right?
Yeah, that's 100% confirmed to be real. And if you try to argue with me, well, you're wrong.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Okay. I think we're good.
Stream sounds good.
I'm gonna...
Alright.
Well, let me tweet this out, actually.
Hashtag.
Hashtag green slime.
How dare you?
The walls will ooze green slime. Oh no, wait. They always do that.
Oh yeah, that was a SpongeBob moment. Epic SpongeBob moment.
I mean, I constantly quote SpongeBob.
Yeah, everybody does.
Can't help it.
Yeah, it's just been ingrained into our vocabulary.
Yep. The vocab.
SpongeBob basically is like the Nickelodeon mascot, right?
Yeah.
He's the mascot for the channel.
Yeah, he is.
Yep.
Like they've made some pretty popular shows. I don't think they've ever made like anything close to as popular as SpongeBob, though.
SpongeBob is their crown jewel, no matter how old it's actually getting.
Yeah.
That just is what it is.
You have 2 save slots.
Yeah, the first one was a test.
Ooh.
And I got the game actually running on this one.
You can play as fucking Plankton in this game?
Yes. No, the
That's
gimmick of this one is you can play as, like, heroes and villains. You don't get to choose who you play as in this one. You gotta play as whoever they want you to play as in the level. But so far, I've liked my choices. I got to play as Beautiful Gorgeous in the first level, and now I'm Jimmy.
Yeah.
The villains have teamed up with the heroes, and it's pretty abrupt. It's sort of just like... Hey, this big threat is here. Let's all team up.
I actually do remember this now. Is it like Dib and Zim one?
Yes, Dib and Zim are in this one.
That's cool.
But Timmy is not. They have excluded Fairly Odd Parents, which is weird, because, like, 3 of these shows were off the air when this game came out. Jimmy was off the air, Danny Phantom was off the air, Zim was off the air. Granted, I think this was at the point they realized, oh wait, Zim was super popular.
Yeah.
They fucked up.
Yeah. Well, like, the thing with, like, I don't know why they exclude Fairly Odd Parents. Like, that's, like, number 2.
Yeah, no, it's on...
Yeah, Fairly Odd Parents was pretty big.
Fairly Odd Parents was still running. It was still on television.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know which one's more popular. I would honestly say Fairly Odd Parents is probably a bigger hit than Avatar.
I need to invent goo-resistant shoes.
I don't know. I don't think it's as beloved as Avatar, but I would say it's probably like more people watched it.
Oh yeah, no, I feel like if I started making, like, if I made a Fairly Odd Parents joke, more people would get that than like an Avatar joke.
Yeah.
I think it depends on, like, the Avatar joke.
Wait, spend these.
I mean, like, when it comes to Avatar, there's, like, a lot of great moments, but when it comes to, like, quotable lines, there's My Cabbages, there's Secret Tunnel. But there's not, like, a ton of quotes from Avatar. It's kind of a show that, like, stood out more on its, like, characters and storytelling than, like, fun. Like, Fairly Odd Parents, like, drove on repeating the same lines over and over again. Like, it wanted there to be quotable moments.
I can literally quote our friendship through a Fairly Odd Parents quote, which is internet.
Yeah.
Internet.
There's Dinkelberg. Even like there's some that were like really forced, but they still work. Like I still remember them, like the eggnog joke in the Christmas special.
Oh my god, I forgot about that one. This man was like egg.
It's funny like the first few times, and then it's just like, oh my god, we get it, eggnog, haha, he said eggnog, he did it again, he said eggnog again.
Yeah, Fairly Odd Parents definitely was a show that came up with like 3 jokes for an episode and then repeated them.
I feel like the thing that's weird about Avatar is, now that I think about it, thanks to like stuff like TikTok, the most quoted thing from it is Uncle. If you know what I mean.
Avatar?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, pretty cool. Or Honor, one of those two.
Yeah, it's just like, whenever like, you know, I feel like whenever like TikToks come up and they're like, oh, if you're depressed, just listen to an Uncle quote, and, you know.
You barely touched it.
I mean, I guess it's also not really Avatar's job to be, like, quotable.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
I think it is in parts, though. Like, I don't think it's not quotable.
Oh, no, I mean, I'm just saying, like, I think its impact lasts farther than it's, like...
Yeah, my only argument is that like despite it being like probably a more cherished show, I think Fairly Odd Parents is more like probably more recognizable.
Oh yeah.
Trouble ahead.
I like Avatar a lot more than Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh yeah, no, like even at its best, I think Avatar was a better show than Fairly Odd Parents. Fairly Odd Parents was a good show.
So I'm gonna have
that got a lot worse.
I'm gonna have my hot take here. I feel like I actually liked Avatar a lot less than I liked Fairly Odd Parents, but yet I still will say that Fairly Odd Parents had more of an impact. I mean, not Fairly Odd Parents. I feel like Avatar had more of an impact, though. Even though I do like, or did like Fairly Odd Parents more than I liked Avatar at the time.
When I was a kid, I definitely liked it more because I didn't even try Avatar until I was in high school.
Oh yeah, no, I never watched Avatar when I was young. I watched Avatar like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I was friends with you when you started watching it.
The thing that's weird about Avatar is that I didn't appreciate it, not because like it wasn't my type of show. It's just I feel like I don't know. I think it's because it was on Nickelodeon, and that was the worst kind of thing. Because I was always like, oh, it's gonna get stupid at some point, and it never did. But I thought like, I don't know. I just never thought Nickelodeon could do a show like Avatar.
This one,
boy, they proved me wrong.
A little off topic, but this one seems like miles above the last one. Like this looks significantly better than the last game you were playing.
So far it's been pretty easy and pretty repetitive. Granted, this is the second level, so it still has time. It has time to impress me. It has time to disappoint me. It has time to hurt me.
So, what is up with Jimmy's weapon in this game? Like, why did they decide that?
Well, it's the same weapon he used in the last game.
It is, yeah. That's.
And
why
I
I'm
don't know what
questioning
it is.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes it even worse.
The electric bug is after.
It doesn't resemble anything from the show, really.
Like that right there is. That's a fun little reference.
Mind you, Jimmy had lightsabers.
Yeah.
Like many other inventions. Like, I mean, lasers would go to lightsabers. But...
I think Hugh has the laser sword in All Stars Brawl.
Really?
I think they did give him the laser sword. That's like one of his special moves. There's like
Okay.
a really specific way you have to like use it.
Dumb question though. Hugh versus Shaggy.
Oh, now we're talking.
I mean,
We touched it.
Hugh's a survivor, but I don't think he's much of a fighter. I don't think he stands that much of a chance against Shaggy.
No. Probably not.
Material was weaker than I expected.
Let's get hit by traffic. Run me over. So, I actually want to know if I can get run over.
I don't think so. I think it's just for show. Oh,
Let me get run over. Run over me. Someone run over me. I think it's
It is
actually
the same
no.
jump cycle,
Yes,
though.
yes.
it's the same jump cycle as well, isn't it?
Now watch it be impossible for you to get across this way. You're gonna get hit every time.
Yeah. Like every car.
Thank you,
Okay.
God.
Like it's just dead.
Rip.
Kill them.
Show no mercy.
Right now, my fear is that this is gonna be a lot like the first game. Just like I'm gonna be beating
that
up
better,
the same
though?
villains endlessly. That would be better than Toy Bots.
Here's the thing, though. Like they're doing like things presentation-wise that I appreciate. Like just that shot right there of the fish running out of the building. It actually looked like fish from the show. That's something that the first Nicktoons Unite wasn't really even able to do. And then like just stuff like them driving up that one hill from that one episode, like with Glove Will End and whatever. Like that, like it feels like they're actually like committing to the world a little bit more.
You know what's a weird question though is this the same company that did Toy Bots?
I wasn't prepared for them to adapt Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
What did I step in?
But is this the same company? Because like it looks like it is.
I think it might be. What the fuck?
You don't
Like,
wanna
that'd
go
be-
for
I
that.
think it's a different company.
I mean, it makes sense because I mean, if you think about it, they have the model and like, it would be why Jimmy uses the net thing and has the same jump.
I think they're just like they're relying on previous games rather than
Oh no, for sure, but like,
referencing the show. That's the thing. I feel like the first game referenced the show. This feels like it's referencing the other games in the series.
oh no, it definitely is. The only reason I think it's the same company though is because like, assets normally aren't shared between games if it's not the same.
I gotta say, like, the more high-def Jimmy's redesign gets, the less I like it.
Hold on, let me check on it.
Like, he didn't look good in the first game, but in this game, it's like, that is so evidently not what Jimmy Neutron looks like.
Trouble ahead.
What is this one named?
Globs of Doom. Whoa, hey, it's the Halo logo.
Yeah.
Hey Michael, that's the next one we're doing because I don't want to sit through Halo by myself.
Okay. Sounds good.
Hello, Partrick.
Partrick. Hey, guess what?
I really need to get back.
What?
They're both by the same company. They're both by THQ.
Oh,
What?
well, yeah, no, that makes sense. THQ's like Nick's, like, game division.
Oh, are they really doing Tack and the Power of Juju again?
Yes.
Really?
No,
They're bringing
it's-
that back.
It's SpongeBob, Tack, Invader Zim, Danny Phantom, and Jimmy Neutron. That's
Why
the
the fuck is
lineup.
Tack in there? Wasn't TAC off the air when this game came out?
I think it was still airing.
Is it
I'd
like
have
it only
to double
lasted a
check.
season or two? It made it to 2 games.
I think so. Because this came out, like, quick after the last game, honestly.
Okay.
Well, they had Attack of the Power of Juju, and then they had the show on Nickelodeon.
Can you
Which feels like a
imagine?
favorite game to me.
That
The show
sounds
ended
like,
in 2009.
That sounds like a fucking joke. They had TAC and the Power of Juju, but they didn't have Fairly Odd Parents.
Butch Hardman might have been mad. That's not a
But
good
Danny,
answer, 'cause
but Danny
Phantom's in here.
Phantom's in the game.
I don't
Well,
get
Butch might have not wanted.
I guess
Fairly
like,
Odd Parents to like be tarnished, I guess.
if TAC was still on, I kind of get it. They wanted the show to. They're trying to give the show some recognition, and that's better than Nickelodeon's more recent mindset of if a show's not insanely popular immediately, we take it off. At least they were trying to make TAC a thing.
Okay, nope. This came out around the time, like 1 year before TAC was
Okay,
out.
we're fighting Bubble Pass now.
Yeah, this game came out in 2008 and TAC ended in 2009. So
Yeah, I just think I know I'm like repeating myself, but just in terms of level design, like this represents the games better than any of the Unite games I've seen you play so far.
these games had a really, really close release time.
Because like the first one had like jellyfish fields and whatnot, but I mean it was just kind of like nothing like specific specific from the show is recognizable. It was just kind of the same layout that the other levels had, but with like a different texture. That's really it. Some jellyfish lying around.
Hey Matt,
Yes.
how do you feel about TAC and the Power of Juju? How do you feel about doing a video on that?
I would.
I'm more or less of asking because I'll do it. It's a video game thing.
I'm prepared to watch TAC and the Power of Juju. I don't remember hating that show. It just was like
It might
nothing.
lost media.
They have DVDs.
They do?
Are
Yeah.
you? I feel like it's on
I don't know how much.
Paramount Plus.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Like that would
I
be
don't
like the
know.
one place you could watch it.
I don't know how many
Oh.
episodes the DVD
I have
has,
no
but-
clue how I'm hurting him. I have no clue how I'm not gonna die right now. Okay, well, that was actually, he still has some damage. I'll give
Not
him
JPEG
credit.
left a series of comments. I don't know how long ago they were.
Oh, we'll read them because I can't see them.
Hey, another game stream. Cool.
Cool and awesome. Who would bet on who would bet on to win in a 2019 Chucky versus Megan fight?
Hard saying. I haven't really seen either.
So,
James Gunn's Slither or Night of the Creeps. Have I seen Night of the Creeps? I'm leaning Night of the Creeps, but I also feel like I maybe haven't seen it. I have seen Slither. I've seen Slither twice. I saw like a 35mm print of Slither. I think it improved the viewing experience. It made it feel more like an old, like sci-fi film.
I guess the pilot of Attack and the Power of Juju was lost media, but I'm not seeing anything but the whole show being missing. I don't know where I heard that.
It might
Took me
be.
39 years to find out that Dan Aykroyd had a cameo in Temple of Doom. I remember that. The It prequel, Welcome to Terry, has its first image out now. Interesting. Thoughts on the next of Ken horror movie? I swear, sometimes I'm not sure, like, not JPEG feels just like a random movie topic generator sometimes. But, I have seen Next of Kin, pretty decent.
It feels weird that it's getting a prequel.
I agree.
I feel like if you're gonna do that, why don't you just do another book by the person?
I don't really get it. I thought the first,
Um.
but It Chapter 1 was a solid movie. It Chapter 2, I thought like the ending dragged on, but I did enjoy it.
Next of Kin is a like perfectly decent, like okay, not terrible ghost movie that has like one of the greatest ending shots of any movie ever. Like the final shot of that film is so good. But the rest of the movie's just like eh.
Ever see Dog Soldiers and High Tension?
I have seen High Tension. God, High Tension is one of those movies where the twist totally ruins it.
This might be a good
There's
question for Chris. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Matt.
High Tension has the dumbest twist ending I've ever seen in a movie.
Ooh.
It does ruin like an otherwise pretty good movie.
What if we, like, could that be a good Holiday Series pair up someday? Like, if this stuff was a movie?
Maybe?
You could definitely find a Shyamalan movie, although to be fair, like Shyamalan movies, the twist isn't ever really the only reason a Shyamalan movie is bad. I'd say every single movie that has effective twist is a good one, and every single movie that has a not effective twist is normally... Twist is not the only problem with it.
Yeah, it's rare that the twist is the only problem. I think High Tension, like, the twist is the only problem because it just makes no sense. Like, it just does not work.
You know what, like, twist did bum me out, and I won't say what like actually happens, but like, I do really like a good twist. I think good, like, movies with good twist endings, those are like some of the most exciting movies to sit through. But Fight Club, without saying what it is, I called it like really early in, and I was hoping I was wrong because I was like, that's too obvious. How is that a good twist? And no, it's the twist ending. And I was like, that was like, I don't know, that one seemed very obvious to me, but maybe it's because I had so many years of like being told there is a twist ending. Maybe if I had no idea there was a twist and I wasn't thinking about that, I wouldn't have called it. I liked the movie as a whole, but I was just bummed out by the ending because I kept like hearing years of how like, oh, it's like one of the best twist endings ever, and I really didn't think it was.
Make you immune to the goo's mutating effects.
Guys, this is important. This is lore.
Oh, by the way, I did read that comment, by the way.
Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter.
Yeah,
I think it's possible.
See, here's the deal. I don't know. I feel like saying anything's possible is true in like the sense of like Capcom's crazy. Because like, believe it or not, Capcom wanted to do like Kellogg's or General Mills versus Street Fighter, so it's possible. But like, I feel like argumentatively, I don't see it happening right now. I don't think it's going to happen right now. There's just a lot.
There are 4 pieces.
You know, like, because like they already tried to have a a Namco versus Street Fighter thing, and it didn't work out. So I think they might be shy with working with other companies again. Because like the last successful one they had was SNK, and that's been from a long time ago. I feel like realistically, if we're gonna see a Street Fighter or a Mortal Kombat crossover, it'll probably be a movie or like some anime thing before we see Mortal Kombat again, which is a weird take, but, you know. And I mean, Mortal Kombat already does crossover movies constantly, so...
Not JPEG just kind of put the ending of Usual Suspects in the chat. See, I thought that was a good twist ending. I wasn't really into Usual Suspects the first time I watched it, but then the twist genuinely got me, and then on a rewatch, I liked it a lot more knowing that.
This is the ultimate goth team up. There has to be fan fiction about these two. There has to be. You can't put this shit in the goths' heads.
Ham Solo asks, do you watch Yellowstone?
I really need to get back
I do
now.
not.
Thanks. Here you go.
Patrick just said.
Patrick?
Thanks. Here you go.
He's just like, thanks. Here you go. I wanted to see if maybe I could like play as Patrick.
No. So, do you choose these team ups or are they just random?
No, they're just random. And it doesn't really even seem like there's a story reason that they're paired up. Wait, we're back to SpongeBob and Beautiful Gorgeous?
The perfect ship.
Why
No,
beautiful, gorgeous?
The perfect ship.
Probably Tim Curry didn't want to be in the game, but fuck, I'm forgetting the voice actress's name. Wendy Malick. Wendy Malick agreed to be in the game.
Okay.
Favorite
But this one,
MCU
but this
film.
one only.
Yeah, this one only.
I said that out my ass because I would expect her to be in Jet Fusion, but also
Nope,
like,
she wasn't.
really.
No.
You know what's weird is that I really remember the Jimmy Neutron the special where Sheen was the chosen one, and I really wanted that to be a video game for some reason because it sounded like a plot of the Jimmy Neutron video game.
They had every opportunity to make Sheen the game,
Yeah.
and they never did it.
Well, I mean, like, it sounds like kind of like it doesn't even sound like an episode. It sounded like more of a video game. Like
Who voiced Evil Jimmy?
me.
Rob Paulson.
Or Paulson? So Rob Paulson they could probably gotten Rob Paulson on this game, right? Evil Jimmy would have made more sense than Beautiful Gorgeous. She's like a one-off. I mean, I guess she was in 2 of them, but
They should have done the cool Jimmy.
Yeah.
yeah. Or like,
Hard to
oh, is the alien from the movie also?
Baz is headed for the Krusty Krab.
Um,
Luckily, I know a shortcut.
What? Here's the thing. Goobot had a voice in the movie and in the show, and in the movie it was a famous person. Patrick Stewart. Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
But then in the show
Okay.
it's a different guy.
Okay, hear me out. I'm surprised Patrick Stewart wouldn't come back for that. Hear me out. Beautiful Gorgeous is a little bit worse than she is on the show.
Oh man, these are my favorite shoes.
Favorite MCU films, if any?
Guardians 2.
That's a good one. I loved Infinity War because the pacing was really entertaining the entire time. Guardians 1 and 2 as well. I really like No Way Home. It feels like people changed their mind about that. Like everyone loved it, and now people are acting like that one wasn't good either. I thought that one was a lot of fun.
No Way Home or
No Way, yeah, no Way. Far From Home was the second one, right?
I think so.
Far From Home bored the hell out of me. I'm sorry, Mysterio's fans. I could not. I like the entire time I didn't care, but No Way
I feel
Home.
like the problem isn't even Mysterio.
Babies.
I thought it was probably the best part of the movie. It just didn't.
Yeah.
Just didn't fit it to me.
Oh man.
I love Jake Gyllenhaal too. He's a great actor.
The real big problem is I can't
are my
answer this
favorite
one without sounding like an asshole.
Is
No,
this?
so
Because I
Oh,
like comics
hold
and I
on.
actually read them constantly, so I can't be
Hold
like.
on. I'm a fucking dumbass. I walked back into the first level again. That's why we were playing as SpongeBob and Beautiful Gorgeous. That's on me. That's my mistake.
you could be an asshole, Chris. Go ahead.
Both of my answers are Spider-Man, but like I guess I like Far From Home more than most people do.
Oh,
But I don't even know if that's a fair choice because like the potential of it I like more than the actual movie. Shit, man, Guardians 2 is it though.
Austin, what about you?
Favorite Marvel?
Yeah,
Probably Thor Ragnarok.
I love that one. Yeah, that one's fun.
I've
I've seen all of them, but that one just sticks with me.
I think No Way Home is fine. I think it's kind of saved by the gimmick.
Yeah.
We'll do
Right,
some
like,
permanent stuff with the character too, though. Like, I mean, I say
Yeah, no,
permanent. Like, it'll be resolved in a later movie, but they change Peter Parker up enough to where like enough happens to him where I feel like
They put him in a place that I'm sick of seeing Peter in. Honestly. And I know it's new to like everybody.
That was
like,
new to me. What are you talking about specifically?
putting him in a place of just being in a shit place, if you know what I mean. It's
Okay,
it's
because
just, it's Peter's default, and it's like it's just I don't know. I'm kind of sick of. I really hope that like the next movie doesn't put him in like a shit place. I hope that like him.
Wait,
I'm just saying.
on.
I hope he doesn't struggle too much. I'm kind of getting. I'm a little done with the struggling Peter. It's a thing that really just needs to stop. And I get that that's like me saying that's like, oh well, but you've been knowing Spider-Man for years, so it's nothing new to you. But there's a point where it's like, just stop doing it.
It's possible.
I mean, I
don't know
probably
where
would
I'm
feel the
going.
same way if I was like experiencing it for like the millionth time, you know. But I won't invalidate what you're saying.
Well, I mean, like, it's. I mean, the thing about Spider-Man is that like.
No.
The thing about Spider-Man that's cool is the fact that he isn't always struggling, or even if he is, he's still a good character. It's just, I feel like, I don't know, I just don't want to see Peter always struggle, and that's why I liked the other movies, you know.
Uh-huh.
It did something new with Peter, and now we're just kind of back at where any of them were with the other movies, and the other movies I feel like did a great job, so, I don't know. I could be wrong, they could change it, but, like, I don't know.
We're going to Zimstown, which is just named Zimstown. It took me way too long to find this.
I
don't know if that's my fault or the game's fault.
I guess it's kind of like the whole, like, I don't know. I feel like at least with, like, Spider-Verse, you know...
He's in a pretty good place at the end of that movie. He has, like, a lot of personal growth. He has all these interdimensional friends now, yeah. Like, his uncle dies, which sucks, but that happens.
Well,
like,
see,
there's always, like, a loss in the Spider-Man movies, and the character...
See, that's the thing, is that, like, Miles is a little bit different, and we don't deal with loss with Miles heavily. But, like, it's always loss with Peter. Hell, even Peter B. Parker's the same kind of shit. The only difference is at least we, like, have a reason and a resolution. You know? Like, there's a good chance that he won't be... you know what I mean? I guess I'm just done with seeing fuck up Peter. That's all I'm trying to say.
Next Spider-Man movie that comes out, he just like keeps tripping up and you're like, oh, I really fucked up this time. Oh, I guess I'll go try to do this now. Then like the entire city's on fire, and it's like, oh jeez, I fucked up really bad. It's just that on.
Yeah, Peter, you really fucked up. I'm J. Jonah Jameson.
I'm Alex Jones.
I'm Alex Jones.
I'm sorry. When did Spider-Man become Rick and Morty?
Whenever Doctor Strange is involved. It's been that way since like the 70s.
It's Peter and James.
Peter and James.
Yeah, those two like have a dynamic in the fourth movie. Because no one can remember who Peter Parker is except them, so they have to team up.
And I think that that's the thing that makes the movie funny, is that, like, even with that kind of caveat, it's like, wow, you guys really took the worst shit from the comics. Like, you took, like, some spiritual bullshit, once again, the thing that everyone hates in the comics. Like, I don't know, it's just... I feel like the movie's good. I feel like it's fine. I just, I don't know, him leaving in a shit place is kind of not the place I would have had it.
Oh yeah, you're definitely entitled to that, like, feeling that way. I will say one thing unrelated to that I did enjoy about the movie, because just like to argue the gimmick point a little bit, I agree the gimmick is the best part, one of the best parts of the movie. My favorite fight scene in the movie, though, doesn't even have any of the other Spider-Man characters in it. The fucking Doctor Strange fight was my favorite, like, fight in that movie. I thought that was a lot of fun. Yeah, that entire sequence was really great.
even though it is a gimmick, I still. Are you saving her? Okay.
I suppose you'll be wanting that egg.
I do feel like it's gimmicky though, and I don't think that that's bad because.
Cool. No,
Yeah,
I just think it like there are things that help it stand out outside of that, like,
Oh fuck. You're back.
I will say this though, I don't like the argument where like if you go, well, if you take the Peters out, then it's not good, and I'm like, yeah, that's. Yeah, but then you'd have to take out everything else.
The thing is, they're well implemented, right? I don't think it's just like a cheap, ooh, we're gonna bring back the same characters from the last movies. I think they found a good reason to do that.
yeah.
I think they have a good dynamic when they come together.
Yeah, I like that they have scenes of them just kind of shooting the shit.
I also feel like I guess I just appreciate Spider-Verse more, I guess. And
Oh yeah, no, undoubtedly.
Spider-Verse is my. The question was MCU, but if it was just Marvel, I would have said.
Oh, I know.
Spider-Verse.
I get it's still MCU, but that's like saying like, oh well, you know, why didn't you say Batman? You like Batman? It's like, yeah, but Batman did better movies, so like.
No, I'm talking about.
Oh, I know. Oh no, I. The question. I'm still just saying like. That's why I didn't say No Way Home, because even though it is a Spider-Man property, and I get that we said MCU, I just still there's better Spider-Man movies, regardless of if it is.
Yeah.
So.
No, favorite Marvel movie is Spider-Verse. Favorite MCU movie, I don't know. One of the ones I mentioned, maybe Infinity War.
Favorite MCU movie, until said otherwise, is Ghost Rider. So not a boo boo. I'm joking. It's not. No, absolutely not.
Ghost Rider 2 is better than some of the MCU movies I've seen.
Yeah.
I'm sure people would disagree that that it's better than this, but I was so bored out of my mind at Age of Ultron. There was one scene in that movie I liked, and it's the one where they're all trying to lift the hammer.
No, yeah,
everything else bored the heck. That movie bored the hell out of me.
I'm with you. That was kind of when I started turning on the MCU.
So,
I'm like, this one's boring, though.
The thing that bothers me the most about it is the fact that we have... That movie introduced two really, really interesting characters, which are Crossbones and Ultron, and they fucked them both up. Like, it's like, how did you do that? Why did you do that?
The Stand By Me film is considered a classic because of its story, and Ben E. King song was included in the soundtrack, if I'm right. I've never seen Stand By Me, honestly.
I have. It's pretty good.
That's another comment from that game, but I've heard, I mean, it's like a classic. It's definitely one I should watch eventually.
What was that one Stephen King movie or TV show, the one with the car?
Carrie?
I think so. Is that
Wait,
the Green
no,
Goblin
fuck,
car one?
not Carrie. Not, goddammit, Christine.
Is that what that was?
Carrie was the girl who was on her period.
Just kill your teammate.
Yeah, he did.
Yes.
But no, like, there's this one where he's like, they've been doing my movies wrong, so I'm gonna do it right. I want to see a remake of that.
Hold on, do you mean Maximum Overdrive?
I think so.
You mentioned the Green Goblin car, so yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, Maximum Overdrive. It's interesting. But it's kind of like there's all these like kind of smart adaptations of Stephen King books, and then like he gets his chance to make a movie and he makes just like the dumbest thing.
Yeah, I think Stephen King is like, he might not really understand the art of film as well. He understands the art of like writing. Because I mean, he like the only director that I believe he's ever had like a personal beef with is Kubrick, who probably made the most beloved adaptation of a Stephen King book.
arguably.
Green Mile and Shawshank are also pretty enjoyed.
Shawshank, I might argue, Shawshank is less divisive, I think. I think everyone's pretty much in agreement that Shawshank is good.
I feel like...
Yeah, that's fair.
I feel like the thing, though, is that, like, one of the issues is that I've had a lot of people not know he did that one, or made that one.
Yeah, it's kind of like different. Like, I mean, it's like a prison drama instead of a horror. But he's even like Green Mile. He not only has he made more than one prison drama, he made more than one successful prison drama.
Yeah, I feel like if it comes to like generically like comes to mind, I think it is the mansion one, the hotel one, whatever the fuck.
The Shining.
It's definitely
I think that one's probably
like The Shining more.
I think that one's the most respected. I just also think it's like kind of divisive.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
divisive.
general audience
It is
is
definitely
like,
divisive. I think it's okay. I think the thing that's funny is it's divisive in like two ways, because there's like divisiveness of adaptation and then divisiveness of like, you know, book.
Yeah, it's not like the greatest adaptation of the book. I kind of get what people are saying about how Jack Nicholson plays him like a little too crazy right from the very beginning, but I still think there is a descent into madness. I don't think that is like missing from the Kubrick movie.
It's definitely something that Stephen King didn't appreciate, but I mean, on one hand, it's like, yeah, I don't blame Stephen King for getting angry. It's like an adaptation of his book, and it's not what he views the book as. On the other hand, Stanley Kubrick knew how to make a movie. Like, Stephen King, I don't believe does, so I don't know.
But I think there are adaptations of his own books that he likes better.
Yeah.
I mean, he's normally not like mean towards adaptations. Like he was very like, you know, the Dark Tower was like received horribly. My dad and brother are huge fans of that series. They went into it like very open-minded, like ready to disagree with everyone. But even they were like, yeah, that was kind of lame. But Stephen King was like pretty nice to those people, like saying, "Oh, they did their best. Oh, they."
I think one of the issues
It wasn't their
is,
fault.
like, I don't think it's really that he had a problem with the adaptation. I think it's who did it.
I think Stanley Kubrick pissed him off.
Yeah, like, I think that's what really happened. Like,
I think Stanley Kubrick was a great filmmaker, but he was also probably kind of a dickhead.
yeah, no, he was a dick.
No,
I mean that respectfully. I don't mean like, you know.
I love a lot of what he's done from what I've seen. Granted, there are major films he's made that I haven't seen yet, but I know he's very well respected in film history. But yeah, it's, you know, Shelley Duvall.
The problem with modern Hollywood is you never get Kubricks anymore. The good thing about modern Hollywood is you never get Kubricks anymore.
Yeah.
I think oh, actually, can I ask you guys a question that's unrelated but is related to movies?
Yes.
How do you feel about, if you've seen it, how do you feel about Ready Player One as a movie?
I haven't
seen it. My friend Tim really liked it, but I heard that from everyone else. I heard that the Shining sequence in it was done really well, but the movie as a whole wasn't very good.
Okay.
Oh, is Austin
2018's
trying to speak?
Austin said a few things, I don't know if I heard them.
I can barely hear her. Austin, if you're speaking, you're speaking very low.
Fucking fuck.
You do sound like you're, you know, in a drive-through a little bit.
2018's upgrade or 2015's
I was
hardcore
trying to
upgrade?
read that.
Oh, sorry.
I like Upgrade better, although Hardcore Henry's also a good one.
Hardcore, they're kind of like different. I feel like Hardcore Henry's a lot more humorous than Upgrade, but both are like, you know, action movies that tried something different.
How dare you compare Far Cry to Venom?
Upgrade, I think that the first 20 minutes of Upgrade is a little rough. Like, it takes a little bit to get started, but once it does, it's pretty great. Hardcore Henry is pretty, like, consistently fun, but I don't think it hits, like, weeks that Upgrade hits. Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
That's better. Cool.
Yeah, have you ever seen Upgrade or Hardcore Henry, Austin?
Hardcore Henry.
What'd you think?
That one I liked. I liked it just because of how unique it was.
Yeah, it was fun. It was. I love the ending too. Like, I mean, the very end, like the last 10 seconds cracked me up.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a risky move to have like a joking, like abrupt ending like that, but I think it worked out for them.
I remember seeing it in theaters and they were like,
I feel like regardless of the thoughts on them, I feel like they're both movies that definitely are unique and interesting, and I feel like definitely should be talked about more.
oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Upgrade, it has less action than Hardcore Henry, but I like the action scenes more.
Upgrade is the best version of Venom.
Yeah, oh yeah. I get what you're saying now. Yeah, I've heard of this comparison before.
I think I've said it before.
Venom, I haven't seen Venom, but Upgrade is just really good music too. Like the characters aren't like the most memorable. I don't like, aside from like the AI in that movie, I don't think there's anyone really all that memorable. But they all serve their purpose just fine. Like I remember them enough. I remember the police woman. I remember the main guy. I remember his wife. Like I remember the weird scientist guy who has a cloud in his lab for some reason. I remember the weird VR room. But there's parts of the score that I still remember. There's like specific fight scenes that I still remember. It's a really good movie.
Yes, I need more.
Hold on, is this character voiced by Rob Paulson? If this guy's Rob Paulson, they totally could have gotten. They totally could have gotten Evil Jimmy. You totally could have made Evil Jimmy the evil.
Yeah.
Who's this character? The tech ghost or something?
Yeah.
Evil Jimmy probably would have been easier to put in than Beautiful Gorgeous because they could just reuse assets, but I think people would have still preferred that because it's a more recognizable Jimmy Neutron villain. It's a more, it's a parallel that makes more sense.
Right, like, I get them using Calamitous for most of them. Calamitous was, like... Calamitous was Jimmy's, like, major villain.
Yeah, yeah. No, Calamitous, in the other games. If you can't get Calamitous in this game, is what I'm saying, Evil Jimmy.
Yeah.
Is, like, probably the second best choice.
Hey, guess what?
What?
It's Rob Paulson.
That or one of the aliens from the movie. The aliens from the movie would have also been better than Beautiful Gorgeous. Beautiful Gorgeous is probably like, she's probably in the top 10 that you should use, but she's like towards the bottom of the list. Like I can think of
you stop making fun of a character that I had to fake have a crush on, okay?
Was it a fake? Was it fake?
Yeah, no. I remember like having multiple times to just like throw out a name of the character in like school when people like, what character do you know, have a crush on? And I like was like, I guess Beautiful Gorgeous, I don't know.
I refused to answer questions like that when I was in school. I was way too awkward about it. Beautiful Gorgeous. Yeah, I am now. I just wasn't back then. I was very uncomfortable all the time. I found it very hard to have like a crush or any attraction to Jimmy Neutron characters. They're all very goofy looking.
Yeah. Well, no, at the time the problem is the guy like had a hardcore crush on Cindy, and I'm like, no. My favorite is though like, oh, but like you like Libby, right? And I'm like, no, I appreciate her though.
Please hurry.
Well, the funny thing is that we talked about it on one of the previous streams. Like, I can't really think of Nickelodeon characters I had a crush on. They're what like Nicktoons just aren't like attractive. They're not supposed to be. Like Butch Hartman probably has like the characters that people are typically most attracted to, and I don't necessarily think he has a super attractive art style. He just, in terms of like Nickelodeon shows, he probably has the most appealing art style in that sense. Like the humans in Wild Thornberry's Rugrats, as told by Ginger, like that like it's the same people for all three of those. Like that's a really hideous art style. It's one that works for those shows. It's one that I respect. I respect a show trying to look funnier than attractive. Jimmy Neutron, one of the early CG shows, you can't really blame it. Invader Zim has very goofy looking humans. SpongeBob has fish. Like Cartoon Network, on the other hand, they definitely had a lot of.
It was all cartoons to me, so I'm like, ha. That guy got hit in the head with a coconut.
Cartoon Network definitely had more potential for like.
Everybody in the room right now, were you more of a Cartoon Network kid, or were you more of a Nickelodeon kid?
Outside, probably Nickelodeon. I loved like fucking Foster's Home, Ed, Ed and Eddie, Billy and Mandy. But
I think it depended. I think when I was very young, I was more into Nickelodeon, and then as I got older, I started getting way more into Cartoon Network.
See, I was both very early on in my childhood until I fell in love with Cartoon Network, and I never went back.
Yeah, I think part of it is I just like didn't really watch Cartoon Network when I was young, and then like all my favorite Nick shows got bad or canceled. So I started watching Cartoon Network instead.
So here's the
I think
thing.
that's why I watch so much Cartoon Network, is because just like the shows on there so much more.
So here's the thing. I always liked Cartoon Network better, but that's because it like had Looney Tunes and action cartoons. But I will say that I have spent days on like Nicktoons and shit like that, right? Like that channel. I absolutely liked it better than Nickelodeon was when I was growing up. So.
Oh yeah.
Cartoon Network did a lot of movies too. Like you could watch. I remember them playing like the Animaniacs movie a lot, the Pokemon movie a lot. Like I remember just being able. Like Cartoon Network, I probably spent more time watching as a kid, realistically. But I don't know, because like I spent a lot of time watching SpongeBob. Like if it wasn't for SpongeBob, it would absolutely be Cartoon Network. But SpongeBob puts so much watch time into Nickelodeon.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Here's the thing.
Shit I like is weird. So.
I think my favorite stuff was mostly Nickelodeon stuff. I think I liked Nickelodeon stuff more, but I think there were more shows on Cartoon Network I liked. Right? Like, if SpongeBob was on, I'm watching SpongeBob. If Jimmy Neutron was on, I was watching Jimmy Neutron. But, like, there weren't that many shows I cared about on Nick. There were a lot more shows I cared about on Cartoon Network.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is that coming back to the thing about Cartoon Network and, different movies that they would play on there, that's how I discovered, movies like Spirited Away, My Neighbor Totoro. Like, I got my introduction to, anime and stuff, watching Toonami.
Yeah.
I hate to say it was like, oh yeah, Naruto, Inuyasha, Yu Yu Hakusho. I've watched all the dubs on Cartoon Network. But I mean, that's what it was. That's what got me into this shit.
I mean, that's pretty dope, though.
Yeah, you know what? Honest to God, if we're just talking about the channels as a whole, I do like Cartoon Network setup more because, like, yeah, not only did they have Konami, but they also had Adult Swim, which, you know, as a kid I enjoyed using that for fucking Family Guy and shit like that, but then you, like, for a lot more shows. Adult Swim is the gift that keeps on giving. Because, like, even nowadays, you have, like, your smiling friends, you know? Like,
Hold on, we can play as SpongeBob and Tack in this level. It's two heroes. They didn't even put a villain in this one.
I think here's the deal. I think Misadventures of Flapjack and like Chowder and all that shit a little more than most Nick stuff.
Yeah, well, one thing I was gonna mention is that, like, I think Cartoon Network kept its momentum a lot better than Nick did. Like, it kept making good stuff way longer than Nick did.
Until it hit a brick wall and then fixed itself.
I think they canceled Chowder way too soon.
Yeah.
That show was amazing.
Yeah, Chowder and, like, Flapjack was just the... Flapjack is the one that got my humor where it is today from, like, have you ever been scared of something so much that it became funny? That's Flapjack. The West episode scared the shit out of me when it aired.
Oh my god. But yeah, like, I just like fucked up sense of like humor, so I liked it.
If you look at the channels as a whole, though, I'll say this: like, when Cartoon Network didn't have a section in the morning dedicated to toddler shows, Nickelodeon did, so I liked Cartoon Network more for that. I could turn it on anytime and watch it. Nickelodeon had Nick at Night, where, like, what did Nick at Night have? They had like they had Malcolm in the Middle for a while, which was neat, but aside from that, it was like fucking George Lopez every night. That like dominated. Did they have the Cosby Show?
Yeah.
I didn't remember.
Fresh Prince and the Cosby Show.
Fresh Prince was cool. Cosby Show, I remember now. Cosby Show, I forgot that they had that. Like,
No,
They had Full House.
yeah, Full House. They sure did.
oh
And
my god.
America's Funniest Home Videos.
Yeah, and
Yeah, they had that.
then there was the fucking Nanny. Oh my god, I saw way too much Nanny. Honest to
Oh
God,
my god.
There's a lot of reasons Adult Swim wins over Nick at Night. I will, like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Malcolm in the Middle are two shows.
But what about that Glenn Martin PD show or whatever
Oh
the
my
hell
god, that
that
was the biggest piece of shit
What
I ever
about
saw.
that? That was the greatest show ever.
I hated that. You
Greatest
guys
What
know
about
show
that?
ever.
There was that one animated show with the people in the RV. You know what I'm talking about?
I think I quoted that.
Yeah, Glenn Martin BBS, that's what it was.
That's what it was.
Yes, I fucking hated it.
I hated it so much.
I just looked around.
The Juju's give me
But like, Nick at Night, I like, no matter what Adult Swim does, it'll always be better just because of the countless hours I had to spend with family watching Full House, The Nanny, and George Lopez.
Okay, hear me this though. I'll tell you after what you're about to say. I think I told you this before, but it's whatever.
I really did not get the appeal of The Nanny at all. Full House, I get the appeal. I don't like it. I never did like it. But it's like a comfort show for a lot of people. I can understand that. George Lopez was the only one that was able to make me laugh occasionally, but it was rare.
To be fair here, The Nanny isn't made for you, and I get it.
Who's The Nanny for?
It's crazy that there were
People like
all
me.
these reruns. It was never like a new original show. It was just constant reruns.
Yeah. No, I love The Nanny, but
That's fair.
I remember one of the things that's funny about The Nanny is that, and I swear to God I told you the story, but in one of my classes, I think it was music or something, this one kid kept going on and on about The Nanny to this one girl, right? And she just listened. There's never like,
something useful.
you know, there's never like an answer about it. So one day, I think it was the final day of class, he goes ragging on about a character and he's like, what did you think? And she's like, yeah, I never watched the show, you just kind of talked about it like non-stop, and I just kind of nodded and listened, and I laughed so damn hard because these were like Spiny Norman level passion talks.
Like, my cousin absolutely loved The Nanny. He would play it. Like, he was the reason we watched it, and I just, like...
Heyday!
It's not a show that I... The thing is, I don't hate The Nanny, Full House, or George Lopez. I just found them very boring, and I saw a lot of them. Like, I mean, it was non-stop. When it comes to, like, a show that I hate, Glenn Martin Idiot, I did hate that. I refused to watch a lot of that. I watched, like, one episode, and I never watched it again. I did watch a lot of The Cosby Show. Not a lot. I caught a few episodes. I thought that show was funny. I know Bill Cosby is obviously a very controversial figure now. I did like the show when I was a kid.
I love, I've had a talk about The Cosby Show, and I probably will make a video on it one day.
You weren't crazy for that one, right?
No, I hate The Cosby Show, and there's reasons behind it that I don't feel like going on here.
I know what your reasons are. Yeah, I remember.
I mean, well, the problem is that watching reruns, like, a lot of the reasons why I don't like it is for two. One is watching reruns of it, you'd never know, like, what happened unless, like, you know, you were there. And I wasn't, but, like, I heard about it. And also, it just has a lot of issues that, you know.
I actually do remember what you said.
Okay, rip in peace, SpongeBob.
Right? Yeah, SpongeBob.
That was a suicide, he just did it.
SpongeBob just pulled a tails. But, like, I mean, I think if you did watch The Nanny, or, like, if it wasn't so oversaturated, you might, I wouldn't say even like it, but it has its moments.
It honestly wasn't a bad show. I remember seeing a few episodes and honestly really liking it when I was younger.
I remember your biggest problem, like, going off of memory, and maybe not even your biggest problem, just one of your problems is, like, how safe it made everything.
Oh, The Nanny or Bill Cosby?
Bill Cosby, The Cosby Show.
It played, I'm gonna say this in the most safest way possible. It played everything safe at a time where it really shouldn't have.
Yeah, I do remember you telling me, and I remember, like, it was a long conversation. I completely understood where you're coming from. There's definitely a perspective I lack, but I don't really I didn't really watch a lot of it. I saw like 3 or 4 episodes.
For sure.
And I laughed.
For sure, and like I said, it's not even a problem with the show itself. It's a problem with the praise and how like blindly it got praised for like. It's like, oh, it tackled all these things, and it's like it didn't. It didn't tackle them. If anything, it just kind of ignored them. You know?
How did you feel about Fresh Prince, if you don't mind me asking?
The exact opposite, actually.
I did like that show too.
The Fresh Prince did everything that. The Fresh Prince did everything
that Cosby don't.
Yeah, that Cosby didn't. And that's the biggest reason why I appreciate it more, because it wasn't afraid to tackle deeper issues that are relatable to everybody. So I don't know why. I mean, that's why I like it more. I was about to say I don't know why people praise Cosby Show, but I guess there's reasons.
It's probably another comfort show for people. It's probably like, but I mean, maybe if it was being praised for more than that, maybe that's where it becomes an issue.
Do you know which one? Do you know which one we all forgot about? I just remembered.
What one?
Everybody Hates Chris.
Oh no, I don't talk about that one for a reason.
Okay. Fisher Chris.
Yeah, that's it.
I actually didn't have that one.
I got a funny Facebook post from somebody, I don't know who it was. But it was this like ominous Facebook post that like had like one of the DVD box arts, but my face was photoshopped over it.
What the fuck?
I liked Everybody Hates Chris for the same reason I liked Malcolm in the Middle. Like, I mean, Malcolm in the Middle, I watched a lot more of, and I've seen the whole show multiple times. Malcolm in the Middle is easily my favorite show
let me clear the way here. I don't hate Everybody Hates Chris. I absolutely love it. It's just I don't bring it up because like it becomes a quick like, you know.
Give me a moment. I have to step away.
I find just like the mother on Malcolm in the Middle, I found the mother on Everybody Hates Chris to be like very like funny with how extreme she was. But they did also make they did also have like a good bond between her and her kid.
Like frozen.
Hold on.
I don't know what
do you think, Matt?
It's a game frozen.
Uh-oh.
No. Keep playing.
Oh no.
What?
Okay.
Alright, cool.
Did I?
Well, I know who to call for a project, I
Okay.
guess.
Okay.
Me and Olivia were working on sitcom September.
Check
Oh,
a
hell yeah.
second. Okay. Give me a minute.
You gonna save state it?
Another thing I liked about Everybody Hates Chris is I thought the teacher was really funny.
I think.
She was like a character who was trying really hard not to be racist.
No, here's
They constantly did do something super racist.
Here's the thing that's really funny is that this might come off as me being racist, but I feel like Malcolm in the Middle and Everybody Hates Chris touched upon like their perfect little they're a perfect reflection to a degree. Like obviously they're heavily comedical, but like I feel like they're a perfect reflection and also a perfect way to understand how similar but yet different they are, right? You know what I'm saying? Like they represent something that like is so intimate yet something so understandable. I don't know if I'm saying it right.
I think I know what you're saying. Well, with Malcolm in the Middle is like, it's a very exaggerated view of like a dysfunctional family. A dysfunctional family that still loves each other, but like instead of just having hyper and misbehaving kids, you have kids that will literally cause like horrible things to happen.
You know, I love the term dysfunctional when realistically a lot of families are like Malcolm in the Middle, and I'd even argue are worse. I feel
would
like
say that
that's
they're
way
not
more
dis-
functional than, you know, some people are in real life.
Chaotic might be a better word for it, because dysfunctional, it's a show where every single episode, no matter what happens, they always have each other's back, so dysfunctional might not be the right word for it.
Well, no, I feel like dysfunctional is the right word at the time, right?
Uh-huh.
When it came out, they were definitely dysfunctional. But like now, after how crazy time has gotten, I feel like it's not as dysfunctional as it used to be.
I think, like, if you look at the family in Malcolm in the Middle, everything is exaggerated, and that's for the case of comedy, but I will say there's at least going to be some ways in which you relate to the family.
I mean, there
Like,
is
there's
that
gonna
weird
be some
season where the dad
negative-
started selling coke, though.
Yeah, that was like a weird arc, and all the other characters disappeared, but
I love how you didn't correct me at all, by the way.
yeah.
You knew exactly what I was talking about, but you didn't correct me, and I thought you were gonna, like, catch me thing, but you didn't. You just let me have it.
It's a great show, what can you say? It covered a lot of ground. The only thing I'll say about Malcolm in the Middle that I do kind of take issue with is...
You should make that video, Michael.
I really need to finish it. There's two things, actually, because I wasn't even going to say what I was going to say. Yeah, they completely fucked Francis up, and they did it. They did it not because it was a good story path. They did it because they were trying to be funny, and that upset me, because it was like the show was really good at mixing its characters with the comedy, and then for Francis, they just decided, like, oh, well, we made his life too good. We need to make him a fuck-up again because people liked season 1 when he was a fuck-up, and it's like, it's just depressing. It's not funny. It's really sad that you did that. He had a really good life, and you completely stripped it away from him. And no, I didn't enjoy watching that. In fact, it made me dislike the character a lot.
Didn't they do it like near the end of the series too?
Last 2 seasons, yeah.
Yeah, that's not good.
No, and it was around the time where he stopped appearing, like in every episode. He would only show up occasionally, but every single season 6. He's still okay. Like, the thing that happens is they had to write him off the ranch because they couldn't get those 2 actors back because one of them was unfortunately battling cancer and it was not looking good. I'm pretty sure he died from it. But he but in that time frame, he their decision on how they were going to deal with that was that, oh yeah, they fired Francis and now they're suing him, and it's like, that's so mean-spirited. Like, the dynamic he had between those two was like a very loving one, you know? It was like, it was a very heartwarming part of the show. It's what helped Francis finally grow up as a character. And yes, Malcolm in the Middle is a comedy. Yes, it is about like horrible things happen to the characters for jokes, but that's an arc that they slowly built up over the course of 5 seasons. You can't say the entire thing was a joke. It was, you were supposed to care about these people, and then they just wrote it off like that. But in season 6, Francis is still a responsible character. He's still an adult.
And Michael, I hear what you're saying. I will be back.
Okay. I'll finish my thought when Chris is back, but I'm almost done. I'm almost done ranting about that. The other thing I don't like, which I'll just say now, is that I think the last episode's bad. I like they try to have like they tried having like this big finale. I don't really like the direction they took it in. It felt very out of nowhere. But I will say, unlike some shows that go on too long, the last 2 seasons were still good as a whole. They were still really funny. It's just don't like what they did with Francis. Don't like the final episode.
Yeah.
But still one of the best like it might in terms of live action sitcoms. It's probably my top 5. I forgot that like fucking It's Always Sunny and Community exist. It's Always Sunny is just like fucking hilarious, and Community
I
is.
really love It's Always Sunny.
Have you ever seen Community, Austin?
I have not.
You gotta watch Community.
We gotta watch the whole series together. The whole thing.
Watch the whole thing.
The whole shebang.
Like, Community is a show that has its ups and downs because of behind the scenes shit, but the first 3 seasons are like some of the best television ever made, and then the 4th through 6 they're worth watching. They're not as good, but they're worth watching. Like, so there was just like unfortunate shit that happened behind the scenes that like affected the show's like production, and people and certain actors started leaving. But I'd say 4, 5, and 6 are like worth watching. It's still better than most television.
I'm trying to think of the best freaking sitcom I've seen on TV. I don't remember. As for like, live action sitcom, I just don't know.
My name is Earl.
My favorite animated sitcom was probably Bob's Burgers.
That's a great one.
God, I love Bob's Burgers.
Oh yeah, did you see the movie?
I'm trying to think of what my favorite live action sitcom was. I'm not gonna say Parks and Rec or The Office.
I like both of those, but I wouldn't say they're my favorite either.
I don't know if I have a favorite, to be honest. I did watch a shit ton of Always Sunny.
It's Always Sunny It's Always Sunny might be my favorite. I don't know, like, because It's Always Sunny, like, the thing with that show is I'm not really emotionally attached to any characters, and I do like a sitcom that can make me like laugh and make me feel for the characters. It's Always Sunny, they're all awful human beings, like they're the most evil people on the planet. But it's just so fucking funny though. Like I don't think there's a sitcom that I laugh at harder than It's Always Sunny.
You remember Scrubs?
Yeah.
I like Scrubs.
It's okay.
I didn't like Scrubs.
I thought Scrubs was okay. Like, I watched the first 3 seasons when it was on Netflix still. And somewhere in the 3rd season, I was just like, I liked it. I liked it enough to make it that far. And I liked its humor. I liked some of the characters. But I just felt like I hit a point where it's like, I really do feel like they're repeating episodes, like storylines. It's just like the same thing every episode.
Right.
But my brother and dad really liked that one. They watched the whole thing, I'm pretty sure. Did you ever watch My Name is Earl?
No, I haven't.
I liked that one.
There's probably another one that I'll have to watch. I don't watch stuff as much as I used to.
Yeah.
Not just because I'm just like super busy, but at the same time, it's like I don't really watch streaming platforms like Netflix. I mean, I have Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max, and Disney Plus, but most of the time I'm just watching shit on YouTube. Like I'll watch. It's like my attention span will not let me watch 3 episodes of an hour-long sitcom, but my attention span will let me watch a 3-hour video essay on a lost episode of SpongeBob. This is how my brain works, man. I really couldn't explain it to you.
I'm back. What's up?
This one's not a sitcom. We're just talking about TV still. I don't know what Matt's up to. But there's a TV show on HBO Max called Barry. You ever hear of it?
No.
I have, but I haven't watched it yet. Actually, that's one of them I intended on watching.
I've been having people tell me to watch it for years, and now they're airing the final season, and I'm all caught up. That show is amazing. Like, I mean, it's become one of my favorite shows ever. And the episodes are a standard like 30-minute long show, you know. So they're not even long episodes. It's really easy to get into.
You know, okay, sorry. No, finish what you're saying.
No, I was just saying, like, it's just an easy show to get into. That's all.
You know, a show that's stuck in my head for the rest of my life, and I don't know what happened to it, but I really, really wish I did. Is My Name Is Earl.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I haven't watched enough of it, but like, goddamn, I kind of want to watch it again.
Sit down and watch it. It's a great show. It's actually one of the shows I was mentioning to Austin before you came back.
Yeah, I've never seen it before.
It's a great show. It's just unfortunate because it ends on a cliffhanger because it got canceled. But you know, it's still. Here's the thing. Season 4 was the final season, and there's an episode where if it would have just ended there, it would have been a good conclusion to the show. But then they started trying to set up a 5th season. Same thing happened to Last Man on Earth. There was like the 4th season, they had a really good stopping point, but then they started trying to set up a 5th season, and then the 5th, and they got canceled. So it's like, well, Last Man on Earth and My Name Is Earl are really great shows if you just kind of ignore the last couple episodes. Because there's a clear stopping point.
I forgot about Frasier too.
I'm also gonna have to dip. Do you say Frasier?
Frasier, not Frasier.
No. Wow, we're having a. So you said what I thought you said.
Oh.
What's going on with Matt?
What's up?
What happened to Matt? Did Matt say where he was going?
Matt fell into a wormhole, and he's now on the other side of the planet.
Matt's
trying to get over the remote.
No, Matt's about to present. Come on.
Yeah.
Matt presents a giant wormhole. Oh no.
Anyways,
where's Matt going?
I feel like Frasier's like one of the best spin-offs ever.
Oh yeah.
Because like somebody's like, oh, it's a spin-off to Cheers, and I'm like, what the hell is that?
Exactly.
I've never seen either.
It's funny, Olivia's parents used to watch it all the time. So like, you know.
Yeah.
The ending like credits song is burned into my head.
Alright, let's be fucking bitches. What's your least favorite? What's a sitcom you hate?
The Cosby Show.
Okay, there we go.
I'm just trying to think. Honestly, I was never a big fan of The Office. I don't know why.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I love
Austin.
The Office, but it makes sense to hate that one because if you don't find it funny, it was fucking everywhere. It was a show that no one shut up about. There's like 80 podcasts about it. Like it's just.
But Michael, no, you're wrong. You're wrong. It's the greatest show ever. I gotta go. I'm honestly joking. I've never seen The Office, so I don't.
I remember specifically because my brother's really into it. He got really into it when he got a little bit older. And he was like, oh, dude, you gotta watch this show. It's the funniest thing ever. And I remember it was a pretty popular thing when I was growing up. But, you know, I was a kid, so I was watching Cartoon Network. So I was like, okay, I'll sit down and watch a few episodes. And I started with episode 1, and I think I got to, like, episode 11. And I was just like, So when does it get funny? And they're like, oh no, it's not like a really dry humor, you know what I mean? And I'm like,
I don't know
okay.
if I'd say it's
All
dry
right,
humor.
but all of
like,
you have been keeping people entertained.
Yeah.
I just, you know, I couldn't into it. I tried.
I don't think it's dry humor. I think it's cringe humor. But I will say, like, here's the thing. I think the show is hilarious, but it's one of those shows where if you don't like it, I can imagine you'll hate it because it is probably the most oversaturated show of all time. Like, it is fucking everywhere. It is unavoidable. I think it's died down a little bit. But
I love
love
its era.
Yeah, yeah.
Parks and Rec wasn't bad.
I like Parks and I think The Office is funnier. I think Parks and Rec had better characters. Like I think that they were. I think it's because the show ended when it needed to end, where The Office just kept going and going and going, and it's like, but even the final season I think has good episodes and good moments, but it's like, it's a show. I don't know. It's a show that like overstayed its welcome.
By the way, stop this for a second. Hey Matt, how are you? Are you okay? You disappeared for a second. Okay.
No, I have fed my sick partner, and I have installed a new microwave.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
You're calling a microwave?
Yeah, our microwave broke. It just stopped working. So we had to get a new one.
I made a joke. I was like, I think Matt fell into a wormhole, but maybe the microwave is where the wormhole came from.
Yeah.
You ripped the portal from one end of the earth to the other. If you could be instantly teleported through a wormhole, where would you go?
There's more.
We're breaking into
The other side of the
Zen's
universe.
house.
I've got like when it comes to sitcoms I don't like, I've got like probably two of the most normie answers of all time. But I did genuinely never understand the appeal of 2.5 Men or Big Bang Theory.
What?
No, same. No, it's like I could not get into either of them. They were both terrible to me.
No!
You wouldn't hit a girl.
The Big Bang Theory was amazing. It's Uyghur.
Uyghur.
No. 2.5 Men is like super nuanced, and the other one, because I can't even fucking remember what you said.
Here's the thing with Big Bang Theory. I remember they played a clip for it in my college classes just because they there was an example of something. Like, it was a psychology class, and there was an episode that covered something, I forget exactly what it was. But it was like, the clip they played was, here's my experience with Big Bang Theory. The clip they played was funny. Like, the joke actually did make me laugh. But then the scene went on for 6 more minutes, and they kept repeating the same joke. Like, it got, like, embarrassing that it was like, what? It is dragging this out. Like, this is a show with very little to say.
I think my favorite thing about Big Bang Theory is that my grandma was like, you know, video games and comics, they talk about that all the time here, and I'm like, okay, I'll check it out, and then they don't, and I'm like, alright.
They probably referenced, like, names, but didn't actually, like, understand why people like them.
They hang out in a comic book shop, but, like, that's it.
But there's so much like popular culture where if they on like mainstream shows where if they have to mention something nerdy, they just kind of like name something out. They don't really actually understand what people like about it.
My favorite episode is the episode where Sheldon couldn't decide between a PS4 or an Xbox.
He just threw us out of the house in the middle of a boss fight.
I feel like that was that an actual South Park episode too?
Yeah, they had the console wars. It was a trilogy.
Well, see, like, I feel like South Park could probably do it better.
South Park can. A big part of the reason South Park can do it better is because Trey Parker actually likes video games. Like, there's always a South Park episode.
The 64 video game was garbage, and then the one.
Oh yeah, he agrees with it.
I think that.
But like fucking
But real talk though, if I could, I would buy a boxed version of the 64 game and get them to sign it.
Yeah.
They probably won't.
They they wanted really badly to be involved with the video games that were being made for their like show, but like they just weren't allowed to really.
I feel like I get them to sign it, and then I'll be like, this is the closest thing to them having effort into it.
Yeah. But like,
Alright, I'll be back. I gotta go help Olivia with dinner.
okay. I might be peacing out pretty soon here, but I'm down to get back on after like another game. I just need to get up and move around.
Yeah,
I would call this, if you're gonna go soon, I'll probably call it after this level.
And maybe I'll come back with like practice or something in a bit. As long as Chris wants to get back on, we'll see. We did make it past that really awful sky level, but I got stuck on the boss then. But we're good.
That's just kind of lame to have him throw you out of the house and you have to like work your way back in every single phase.
I think if they like did something to change it up at least, but
Let's go, you
I'm just kind of walking back to the yard.
Don't
That one was easier than the second one, actually.
Looks like we have trouble.
Target locked.
I have you under my skin.
Like, of course her fucking special move is hypnotizing people. Why wouldn't it be? That's just like that they clearly understood the show. They clearly understood this character because her special power is making them fall in love with her.
I have you under my skin.
Oh.
What's this do?
Yeah, what I'll say about like this game, based on what I've seen of it, is the gameplay looks really boring and repetitive, but the level layouts and boss battles seem a lot more like in theme of what these shows actually are, which is nice. Like, the square fight, like if they had like a better mechanic than he throws you out of the house and you walk back in, like, I think it could be cool. It looks cool.
Maybe if he kept moving like deeper into the house and we had to like go through like similar challenges throughout the house.
Maybe if they tried to make him creepy, like in the episode that Bloody Bear is from, like, and then when you defeat him, he's back to his silly self. That'd be neat. Yeah, I can imagine that, like, him crawling like down into like the the underground labs Zim has, and it's like him crawling into the shadows. Like, that could be cool.
I love this show.
Alright.
Hey! Do I have a sign on me that says Goo Sponge? What's happening? We got it! The first piece of the vessel of... But it will not be enough to stop me from
Smothering your insignificant planet.
Hey! You will not imitate me! His absorption of the goo is creating a wavelength with whoever's controlling the morphoids. It's speaking through him.
SpongeBob, snap out of it!
So if this came out after Jimmy Neutron's final episode, and this is like the last console game with Jimmy with like a speak and roll, this is like the official canonical ending of Jimmy Neutron then, right?
Yeah, this is the last Jimmy Neutron thing.
So it'll be interesting to hear what his last line is at the end of the game. What is Jimmy's
His last line is gonna be, "No, please, I don't want to die." They fucking killed him.
And Danny Phantom's final line was too fucking bad.
Oh my god, Danny Phantom is the one that killed him.
Yeah. He wanted Jimmy to play both.
The only reason why Danny Phantom was jealous was because of the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour.
That's why Timmy's not in this game.
Yeah, it's because he killed him.
Where are we on another level? Because, like, they are fairly easy, but, like, if you guys are gonna hop off in the middle, oops.
I just need to get up and move around a bit.
Yeah, I got the whole freaking house to myself tonight, but I'm probably gonna, like, go to the gym or something with my brother if he's down. What are you doing, mister? Why does it sound like Zim is trying to take, like, the worst shit of his life?
Yeah.
Zim sounds like Michael's back right now.
Yeah. Is this the Danny Phantom mode?
Yes.
Don't catch them all because he's Danny Phantom. Don't catch them all because he's... Yo, Danny Phantom is just 14 when his parents found his very...
So you cleared SpongeBob and Invader Zim signal, right?
Yes.
The Irkin Armada is not finished.
There is a level for Retroville and Tax World as well. And presumably there will be some sort of boss stage. Or boss world.
Yeah.
So...
No, it just fucking ends in Tax World.
The last thing Jimmy ever says is, "Thanks, Tack, from Tack and the Power of Juju." Only on Nickelodeon weekdays at 5 p.m.
Please, for the love of God, watch it.
Oh my god, I can't believe the Invader's fucking dead.
Invader Zim passed. So is Invader Zim the good guy or the bad guy?
Invader Zim is on the hero team, technically. So this is also two heroes.
You will bow to Zim.
We haven't gotten to play as Dib yet.
Yeah, we haven't seen Dib yet. I've seen Beautiful Gorgeous multiple times.
Good joy.
Well, this was a question that was asked a while ago, but not JPEG has ever since left. Any chance for a Looney Tunes World of Mayhem game stream in the future?
Probably not. I don't know. There are Looney Tunes games I would play, but...
Zim is dying.
What games do you think you'd want to stream after like completing this. Like if you ever wanted to continue doing video game streams on that presents.
After this, I'm gonna do like Shadow Warriors or whatever that was called, Shadow Dragon, that Chris recommended.
Okay.
I also want to play the VeggieTales games.
There is
There's
a
like-
VeggieTales game.
There's like a complete PS2 game for Larry Boy.
Huh. I remember the Flash games. I don't remember any like official games. That's interesting. I wonder how the fuck that's gonna feel. Like playing as a character who doesn't actually like isn't able to really walk. He just bounces around. Oh. How many VeggieTale games are there?
4 or 5.
Okay.
Sim needs money. My powers of perception of it.
I remember watching Saber Sparks video on the guy who created VeggieTales and like his hardships, but how things were looking up for him. Didn't something happen like months ago where he is like completely screwed out of the show again?
I don't know.
I remember hearing something about him like getting completely screwed over again. Let me look that up. He made a Bible reference when referring to Elon Musk taking people's blue check marks away. He said, "My blue check went away. God giveth specialness, and Elon Musk taketh away."
Did I step
VeggieTales creator says Christian media will soon need to cover LGBT for kids. I bet that's why he's getting screwed over, because he's pissing Christians off. He's like one of the good Christians out there. And the other Christians don't like him for that.
No, yes, you're correct.
Because he kind of come out in support of trans people and LGBT and back when he was doing his show, one of the dilemmas is that he allowed non-Christians to work on the show, and that made the Christian workers angry. He's been able to have his faith without using it as a way to justify treating people poorly.
Whoops! I didn't mean to break that.
Howdy, what's up?
Hello.
Howdy, howdy.
Oh, howdy.
Well, dinner's gonna be soon, so I'm gonna dip.
Alright.
Alright, going through.
I'll probably be back. I don't know how long I'm gonna be doing this for, but I think Michael said he's gonna do Rush, so I'll be back for that too.
Yeah, after this level, I'm gonna get off, and then I'm gonna take a break and come back and do Rush.
If we do Rush later.
I'll let you know if you're Austin if you wanna hop on.
Have a good night, guys. Well,
Good night.
You too.
talk to you later, but you know.
Bye.
Grosser than protoplasm.
Jimmy Neutron. Jimmy Neutron.
It's just another day in the life of Jimmy Neutron.
Jimmy Turner.
Jimmy Ramone.
Whoops! I didn't mean to break that.
I'm looking at the YouTube stream instead of the Discord stream, so like what I saw versus what I heard, Zim just touched the orange goo and then screamed the second he landed in it. But I'm sure he actually got hurt on your end. Now I'm looking at the Discord stream again. So I'm not a couple seconds behind the whole time.
Discord, I'm having a balloon.
Why does Zim have a plunger?
That's his weapon of choice.
Is there an episode of that?
No. How do we get over here? Oh. There we go.
Big ball. I'll be back in 5 seconds.
This is them setting up the introduction of Blue's Clues in the game.
You think you're tough? Okay.
Why you gotta yell?
Oh, it'd be really cool if I could rotate the camera.
Rotate that camera.
I really need a rescue here. Soon would be great.
You sounded like Morty there.
Can you come over and get me out of here?
Oh, which character? That's not even. I thought that was Zim talking. That's one of Danny's friends, isn't it?
Yeah, that's one of Danny's. I think maybe his principal?
This isn't a time to call a time.
Why is this principal? Like, how many characters do you save per
Or
world?
is it... Okay, nah, it's the football dude. You have to save someone to, open the portal back to the hub world.
Not tell the ladies you had to rescue me.
And he died. But how many of the characters do you save? Because, like, if there's only, like, 3 or 4, then why are they throwing one of them away on the football player?
Maybe you are.
Like, what about Danny's parents or his 2 best friends? Or the box goes?
And box go!
He was in the first game.
Yeah, he was. I remember that.
He's like the first person you encounter.
It's because the first game started with Danny Phantom, which, like,
How many more are there?
on one hand, I remember being disappointed as a kid that I was, like, starting the one show I was not familiar with. On the other hand, Danny
There's
Phantom
Tucker.
definitely seems like Tucker.
Tucker,
Danny,
get your ass
Danny
out.
Phantom definitely feels like it's one where it's good to get it out of the way because it's less popular than the other 3.
What was even the point of that? Why did I have to walk around the corner and save Tucker? Why couldn't it just have appeared there? Like, that was the easiest little, like, okay, you save this guy, now just, like, walk over here and save that guy.
Right, dibs here.
Yeah,
Why
okay.
only-
We finally got Dib. I suppose it has autosave, but just to be safe, we'll
Yeah.
make our own little state here.
The saved state. Alright. We will return later. Although, actually, we're not streaming anything. It's just the recording.
Yes, no, we will not be live later. There we go. Thank you.
Neutron.
And just like that, none of those cartoon characters will be seen again.
Oh, well, thank you for joining us, everyone.